Hi everyone, my name is Debbie and I would like to welcome you to our YouTube channel, AD Travels. Today I am going to share with you 5 super helpful tips that I learned back in October when cruising with our 4-year-old granddaughter on Carnival Cruise Line. Back then, it was a completely different situation. You know, cruising had just resumed, I would probably say like a few months back. We were trying to keep everybody safe, so they still had some protocols going on for safety. The requirements were new, but you know what? We were just all happy to be back on a ship. Because I guess that's what true cruisers do. We get happy when we're on a ship, right? Cruise lines actually developed protocols to keep everyone safe during this time, and they were only allowing a small percentage of people on board that were unvaccinated. That were giving vaccination exemptions, and this included children under 5 years because they weren't allowed to get the vaccine at that time. And this was, once again, this happened back in October, and hey, we were just happy to be on board. So we were willing to do whatever it took for us to get on board. Now, I don't want you to take the term vaccinated or vaccinated as something negative. Because you know what? The truth of the matter is that this is a new normal. It's required for us to cruise. And when you're an avid cruiser, you try to do the best you can to abide by the rules to be able to get on a ship. This is certainly a new way of life that applies to cruising. Most definitely, you know what? We all need to abide by it, be happy with it, yet maximize as much as we can when it comes to cruising and having fun and being entertained. Now, thankfully, things seem to be heading in the right direction, and perhaps one day we'll get somewhat closer to a normal, or what used to be before, COVID-19 hit and the whole pandemic started. Hopefully, soon we won't have to stress about COVID-19 or vaccination statuses anymore as much as we are now. Well, I don't think that we really are right now, but as much as we have. Now, good news. Currently, children under 5 years old do not need to obtain an vaccination exemption like they used to, back in October when I cruised with our granddaughter. So that's good news. That's great. At least you don't have to go that extra step. Children under 5 years are not allowed to attend Camp Ocean, for safety reasons. They just want to make sure that they keep the children safe and they keep the adults safe. And this is just for the time being due to their vaccination status. Things change on a daily basis, so maybe today is like this, tomorrow it won't be, but I guarantee you that those 5 tips that I'm going to give you will be good regardless of what the vaccination status is. I guarantee. Once again, I'm not trying to be negative, by speaking about vaccinated and unvaccinated. We just need to understand that this is a new normal. Who said it can't be fun, even with all the restrictions? Not I, child. Trust me when I tell you, cruising can be a blast as long as you do your homework. Now, before I begin, if you are a parent who has a child 5 years to 11 years old, I am going to link below in the description box. I'm going to give you links that are going to help you either clarify if you need to apply for an exemption, because 5 to 11 years old, you do need to apply for an exemption, a vaccination exemption. I'm going to leave the links down below so that you can have them as reference. I know that you can find it in the Carnival website, but you know what? Hey, we believe in working smarter and not harder, right? So if I can give you the links, then why not? I am also going to share in the description box below the modified schedule for Camp Ocean, because I just wanted you to know that even though Camp Ocean is open, it's not open the way it was prior to the pandemic. They actually have modified hours. So I am going to post that on the description box below. And that way you can see it, you can make arrangements, you can make plans. Hey, everything is Getty, everything is going to be good, everything is chilling, and we're going to have a lot of fun, right? Let's dive into the tips that I had mentioned at the beginning of my vlog. Tip number 1. The first thing you want to do is become a member of a Facebook page or group for that particular sailing, okay? You want to be able to link up with parents, maybe perhaps the same age group as yours. And that way, you can plan pool times, you can plan arcade times, you can plan play dates, you can plan movie nights, whatever it is. But you know what? The most important thing is to plan it before you get on the ship. Why am I saying this? Okay, so I didn't do my homework. I had no idea I had to do this. Well, I should do this. So I should have done this. So what did I do? I started meeting people, but guess what? It was day 3 and 4 of the cruise when we started meeting other children. So guess what? 3 days had gone by and we had literally lost 3 days. Had I done my homework, and we would have had friends for 6 days in a row as opposed to 3 days. Now, mind you, we had a great time. Those 3 days, she made up for the other 3 days that she hung out by herself. It would have been better had it been the 6 days as opposed to the 3. Most importantly, if you do this, tip number 1 is going to make your cruise so much smoother. Why? Because everything is planned out. You don't have to think about anything. You don't have to come up with stuff on the fly. No, everything is planned out. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm Puerto Rican. But hey, can we get together? Can the kids get together? We're going to have a pool time at this time. That's the best. So if you want your cruise to go smooth, become a member of a Facebook page that is sailing on the same ship and the same day. It'll be perfect. You'll thank me later. Check this out. Tip number 2 is a bonus. Okay? And you're going to like this bonus. Because guess what? We're all on vacation. Everybody wants to enjoy their time, right? And I'm not saying every day, but once in, 1 or 2 days on the cruise, you don't want to have to go to bed at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. You want to stay out a little bit later. So listen to this, okay? The first thing you're going to do is, at home, probably about a week before you sail, you're going to want to download movies. You're going to want to download games. You're going to want to download music. Encanto, Frozen, Shrek, whatever it is that your little one likes to listen to. Now, why are you going to do this? Okay, the Wi-Fi on the ships is kind of spotty. It's kind of like a hit or miss, right? So you want to make sure that if your little one says, hey, can I watch so-and-so movie? You know what? It's right here. Just open it up on the device and they can watch it. Now, my tip B on this tip is take a stroller. Take a wagon, one of those wagons that people use to go to the beach to and take their stuff in or go to the zoo, whatever it is. Why? Because you know what? If you have your little one, it's kind of like the Energizer Bunny, and they keep going and they don't get tired and they want to hang out because of FOMO, at least you know that if at a certain time they get tired, or you just tell them, you know what? Head, sit down in the wagon, let's watch a movie. They have a pillow, you take them a pillow, you take them a blanket. I guarantee you that more than likely, they'll be out within half an hour. But at least they're comfortable, okay? You have them with you, so they're safe. You're still having fun, and everything is gravy. So go on ahead, download movies, music, and games, and take that stroller or that wagon so that they can lay down whenever they get ready to, and still be with you while you're enjoying your cruise. Tip number 3, and I know that this might seem like a lot, but I guarantee you, you do all this stuff, and it is going to be so much more easy. Preferably a backpack. Go on ahead and pack your favorite toys. Not a lot, but the very, very favorite ones. And if it's a backpack, then they can carry it around the ship. Guess what? If they see the little newfound friend at the pool, They can say, hey, we don't have to be in the pool all the time. You want to play with my toys. If you're doing trivia, okay, and they're with you, obviously, at least they have toys to play with. You know, you're entertaining and having fun. They're entertaining and having fun. And if they meet a new friend, they still have toys so they can play. Okay, so we are taking care of them and taking care of us at the same time. We want to make sure that we provide as many activities as possible to keep their entertainment going. Tip number 4, don't be afraid to approach a team member, go to guest services, speak to, you know, one of the people in the fun squad, the team members in the fun squad, to get linked up with the Camp Ocean director. And let me tell you why, okay? Although our little ones can't go to Camp Ocean because of their age restriction, vaccination status, does not mean that Camp Ocean does not want them to be there, okay? They are the most accommodating people, okay? They want our little ones to have a blast, an awesome time. Now, let me tell you what happened. We were on the cruise in October, and you know what? Here comes day 3, and she wasn't bored, but she was really like not interested. And I was like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And now me, mind you, know, I might seem a little camera shy sometimes, but I can talk to anybody. I can talk to a wall if you let me to. So I went on ahead and, you know, I spoke to the director of Camp Ocean on the Freedom. And, you know, I explained the situation. There was something else going on with Build-A-Bear or whatnot. And he actually like made like a goodie bag for our granddaughter. And it had like putty, silly putty. It had plush toys. It had a medal. It had coloring stuff. It had crayons. And it had like a nice little Camp Ocean bag. And she thought that was the world. She felt super special. She felt unique. And she felt like she really did matter, you know? So don't be afraid to approach anyone that works in Camp Ocean, because at the end of the day, I'm sure that even though our little ones might not be able to go or might not be able to go to Camp Ocean, that doesn't mean that they don't want to bring Camp Ocean to them in one way or another. So make sure that you reach out to them. Tip number 5. This is really important. Have patience. Have a lot of patience. Now, chances are, if your little one has cruised before and has been to Camp Ocean before, the first thing they're going to say when they get on that ship is, I want to go to Camp Ocean. Chances are. And guess what? They can't. So just try to make it as easy as possible, the explanation, okay? But be patient, because you can't blame them for wanting to go and have fun, because they know that Camp Ocean is fun. Also, have patience, because remember that certain age groups cannot get off the ship at certain destinations unless they're in a bubble tour, okay? And not everyone can afford those bubble tours, so a lot of times they stay on the ship unless it's Half Moon Cay or Princess Cay, you know, one of Carnival's private islands. They can get off there. But other than that, you know what? They have to stay on the ship. So make sure that you make games or come up with games appropriate maybe for the place that they're visiting. I know that when we were in Amber Cove, you know, we started counting the windmills. We started counting the little mountains and the hills. We explained what the difference between a mountain and a hill was. We actually spoke about the horizon. We went on ahead and started, because, you know, we don't have mountains where we're from. So she started counting the trucks and the cars that were going up and down the mountains. We played Step on the Shade or Step on the Shadow. Just make age-appropriate games, and, you know, perhaps try to make it to where they have to do with the place that you're visiting. Also, make sure that you have an age-appropriate explanation as to why they can't get off the cruise. You know, don't say it's Carnival won't let them, or, you know, no, because that's not true. They can't get off the ship because that is what the destination has as a COVID protocol. So just kind of like, just say, hey, we can't get off the ship because everybody wants to keep you safe. And leave it at that. You know what I mean? Make them feel special, make them feel important, but keep it at a child's level. Don't complain. Don't give them reasons that they really can't understand. Just a small reminder, remember that in this situation, it's always important to be fluid and make the best of it, with what we have. Remember, guys, a day on a ship is better than any day on land. At least for me. I don't know about y'all, but at least for me. Thank you so very much for watching this video. I really hope that these tips make your cruise a smooth sailing as much as possible. Remember, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our latest videos. Remember, it's down here. Once again, this is Debbie, your host from AD Travels. Have a good one, guys, and I hope to see you very soon. Happy sail trails. Bye-bye.